Hi, everyone. It's new day, new word. So welcome. Marsha Grace here, your modern meditation mentor. My new appellation, because I'm passionate about teaching people the value, the benefit of being able to go within yourself just for a couple of minutes even each day and just get to know who you are and what's going on in there so you can be in control of your life. So today I have an interesting word for you. I think we might have some general ideas of how we think of this word, but maybe we'll play with it a little bit as we usually do. So we're up to the letter S today, and the word that I have for you is selfish. So when this word came up in mind to me, years and years ago, I used to think about what it meant to be selfish because, I think it's a very common thing. We talk to people and we get an idea that maybe they're not listening to us, so we think to ourselves, this person's kind of selfish, they're kind of self-absorbed and, not really interested in other people. They're only thinking about themselves and what they need and what they want to say. So, and I think, unfortunately, today in our society, it seems all too prevalent, a mode of being. And I think there may be some good reasons for that. I come from a place where I believe that when we have negative, shall I say, characteristics within ourselves, that it's really coming from a place of fear. So that if I look at someone and I might judge that person or as selfish, that I might be really seeing someone who is very afraid of being vulnerable, of allowing him or herself to be moved in any way that might alter their safety, what they perceive as safety. Yeah, of course. Now, it's not real necessarily, our fears, but and where we get our fears from, well, a lifetime of experiences perhaps will put us in a situation where we tend to have more fear about being spontaneous in our life or about being invested in our life in a more positive way. We tend to shrink back or stay back, or maybe not ruffle any feathers, just to be safe. So this is the kind of thing that we can think about when we think about someone who we might consider as selfish. That we are really looking at a fearful person, and this can help us shift the way we perceive this person, so that instead of feeling like we want to run away or we want to, not talk to that person, or we may talk behind their back and say, oh, that person's, not such a good person. Instead, what we may want to say is, wow, how can I help this person not be afraid? What can I do out of the love that's within me? We talked about love recently, I think. This is what real love is all about. It's about the love that comes from within us and then is manifested in our relationships with other people. We decide how that relationship goes. It's not that they do something and then we decide if we love them or not, or however. So we can do this. We can look at this so-called selfish person and say, here is a frightened person. Here's someone who needs my love, who I can help feel safe with me. Maybe not with anybody else. I'm not responsible for that. But with me, this person can feel safe. And then perhaps they can let that guard down and not have to put on this air of being unconcerned or self-absorbed, and therefore, can let their own self shine. And isn't that a beautiful thing? If we can help someone else to shine, wow, that is so great. So And the other thing about selfish, I wanted to kind of talk about from a different perspective, because years ago when I was writing something about selfishness, and I said, we all should learn how to be selfish, but in a good way. Okay, so let's look at the good way of being selfish. So the good way of being selfish is to say, I need to take care of me first, like you do on an airplane, right? You put the thing on first before you do it on the child, and so we need to take care of ourselves first so that we can then be a great caregiver to whoever else is in our environment. We can't truly love another person unless we love ourselves, sincerely, not on a surface level, but on a sincere level of knowing our own value. And because when I know my value, then I am able to see the value that resides in other people, even if they can't see it in themselves. So, excuse me. So that to me is a really crucial aspect to this idea of selfishness. That let us learn how to love ourselves. And I gave it a different word, slightly different word to mean that, because again, selfish has such a negative connotation. So what I did was I made the word self-full. So we instead, to be truly selfish in a good way is to be self-full, to feel full within ourselves, to feel our own goodness and whatever characteristics, traits, abilities that we have that we can share with other people, and to be able to, in our fullness of ourself, be able to give that to the world. So I guess that's pretty much what I had to say about the word selfish. I would like to just tell you I'm excited to say that my second book went to the editor, and I am eagerly awaiting that, so that will be coming out, the second book in Calm, Creative, Joyful series. And look for my new online Course in Miracles class. I will be starting a class probably mid-November, just in time for the holidays, because we need to find our spiritual self when the holidays come up, don't we? There's just life comes on, and we get involved with those people that may be a challenge for us, and so we need our spiritual center to come forth. Especially at these times, when we really are in the midst of each other. And of course, all the time anyway, but so look for that. And I am wishing you a very joyous, happy week, and happy Halloween for those of you who are going to go out and trick-or-treat with your kids, or with your grandkids, or just greet the trick-or-treaters at your door. Have a beautiful week, and love and blessings always. Bye-bye.